left behind. The stars had never looked so promising and so cold. In the year 2163, Earth had finally achieved faster-than-light travel. The world celebrated in unison as the ESS Horizon completed its maiden jump to Alpha Centauri and back, carrying a crew of scientists, diplomats, and hope. For months, humanity had prepared its first official transmission to the Galactic Federation, the ancient alliance of alien civilizations that humanity had only recently confirmed existed through intercepted subspace chatter. The message was elegant, multilingual, and humble, a gesture of peace, curiosity, and readiness to join the wider galactic community. They never responded. Weeks passed, then months. Nothing, not even a signal bounce. Earth's top communications analysts confirmed the Federation had received the transmission. They simply chose to ignore it. Then the leak came. A hacked burst from an intercepted Korvac cruiser revealed a chilling conversation. The Galactic Federation had not overlooked Earth by accident. They had made a deliberate decision. The Terrans are violent. Their history is soaked in blood. They rise through war, not wisdom. They do not belong. Let them chatter among their stars. We will not suffer primates in our chambers. The transmission hit Earth like a meteor. The insult was shared across every screen, broadcast in every language. It wasn't just a denial, it was humiliation. In the Global Council chamber in Geneva, arguments raged. The diplomats urged patience, continued entreaties, and reform. We must show them we've evolved, they said. But others, the scientists, the soldiers, the people, demanded something else. Action. Admiral Marcus Chun, head of Earth's Unified Space Command, stood before the council with steel in his voice. They think we're too savage? Let's prove we're civilized enough to shake their foundations. The decision was unanimous. Earth wouldn't wait to be invited. We would show up. Plans began immediately for a ship that could carry both a diplomatic envoy and a message far louder than words. The ESS Audacity was commissioned, part embassy, part warship, and fully human. It would travel to the next known gathering of the Galactic Council, held every 7 cycles at the gas giant Relithar, home to over 40 member species. Dr. Elena Vasquez, lead architect of the FTL initiative, was chosen to represent Earth. "Why me?" she asked when offered the role. "Because you broke the speed of light," Chin said. "Now break their expectations." As construction began, Earth's media carried a simple slogan across every channel, poster, and transmission. They locked the door. We built our own key. By the time the Audacity launched from Earth orbit, billions watched with held breath. The ship vanished into the ether, headed for a star system that didn't want us. But we weren't coming to ask permission. We were coming to make history. Arrival of the uninvited. The gas giant Relithar loomed like a silent god, its amber clouds swirling with electric fury. Suspended in orbit, the Grand Assembly Station glittered, a massive flower-like structure of alloy petals and alien engineering. Inside, the Galactic Council convened. The most powerful species in the galaxy gathered in serene pomp, secure in their dominion. Then space tore open. With a flash of rippling blue, the ESS Audacity emerged from hyperspace like a blade through silk, flanked by 2 smaller escorts. Human hulls, black, angular, practical, cut a stark contrast against the ornate organic curves of alien ships. Federation cruisers immediately shifted position, weapons powering up in synchronized rhythm. The intrusion had not gone unnoticed. Inside the Grand Chamber, delegates hissed and fluttered in alarm. A dozen voices demanded answers. The Kralaxi chair, Ixil the Prudent, clicked his mandibles sharply and stood. "Identify the trespassing vessel," he ordered. A communications officer replied. "Designation reads, Earth Starship Audacity. Human origin. Unauthorized arrival." The chamber grew still. Murmurs spread like fire. Humans. They had the gall to come. On the bridge of the Audacity, Ambassador Elena Vasquez stood tall in her crisp Navy uniform, her voice calm as she activated the transmission. Her image materialized in the heart of the council chamber, projected 3 stories tall. To the honored representatives of the Galactic Federation, she began. "I am Ambassador Vasquez of the United Nations of Earth. We come in peace, bearing the qualifications outlined in your founding charter: independent governance, FTL capability, and sentient sovereignty." She paused. "We formally request recognition and full membership." Ixil's antennae quivered. "Your request is denied." "No deliberation?" Vasquez asked. "There is nothing to discuss," Ixil sneered. "You are not invited because you are not worthy. You are a young, violent race. Unstable, undisciplined. You carry war in your genes." The transmission panned the room, showing a dozen species nodding, murmuring agreement. But Vasquez wasn't shaken. She tapped a console. Behind her, holograms lit up, showing excerpt from the Federation's own charter. She read from it in flawless Kthari, Talari, and Standard Galactic. Any civilization capable of independent interstellar navigation and conscious ethical governance shall be eligible for consideration. We meet every clause, every test, every threshold. Ixil's voice dropped to a growl. You will leave this system immediately or face removal. Vasquez's tone cooled. We came in peace. But know this, Earth does not yield to silent judgment or shadowed decrees. If you deny us a seat, we will build our own table, and others will join us. She ended the transmission. Silence followed. No applause. No answer. The Audacity turned, engines igniting. But as the ship leapt into the void once more, a single phrase echoed in the chamber, translated into every tongue. We'll see you again. But next time, we won't come with words. And across the stars, a ripple began. We're not waiting for permission. The Federation thought Earth would sulk back to its corner of the stars. They were wrong. Months after the confrontation at Relithar, humanity launched its second wave, not of warships, but of influence. The Audacity had returned home, not in defeat, but with a blueprint. If the Federation would not acknowledge Earth, then Earth would become something too big to ignore. Ambassador Vasquez stood before the United Earth Diplomatic Assembly with a new mission. We won't beg for entry, she said. We'll make ourselves indispensable. They said we weren't ready. Let's show them we're already ahead. And so, Earth went galactic on its own terms. Human starships fanned out into unaligned space, setting up embassies, clinics, and trade stations. Earth's quantum vaccines cured plagues on rimworld colonies. Our AI translators bridged linguistic gaps other species had struggled with for centuries. Terran engineers built power grids on forgotten moons. Musicians and artists filled alien networks with songs and stories that touched hearts in ways Federation media never had. In cities across the Talari hegemony, alien youths now danced to Earth's synthwave and quoted lines from Shakespeare and Tupac. Humans became cool, mysterious, rebellious, bold. The Federation tried to counter. They labeled Earth a rogue actor, a threat to galactic stability. But their protests fell flat. The younger species saw the truth. Earth was doing more than the Federation ever had. We weren't spreading conquest, we were spreading connection. On the desert world of Bravos Prime, a Federation mining outpost faced collapse after a tectonic shift. Before the Council could even schedule a vote, Earth's relief teams arrived with mobile drilling rigs and stabilizers. The grateful Bravoans didn't just survive, they joined Earth's growing League of Independence. Within 2 years, 35 species had signed cooperation pacts with humanity. Behind closed doors, the Federation grew uneasy. Their influence waned. Their unity cracked. Inside a sleek council chamber aboard the Audacity, Vasquez met with key alien leaders from the League. A holographic map showed glowing spheres of new alliance hubs forming like sparks across the stars. "We don't need their seat anymore," said General Karan of the Tvex Dominion. "We've built something better. But they'll come," warned Talari diplomat Enos. "They won't give up control quietly." And they were right. In the void between sectors, Federation fleets began probing League borders, seizing supply lines, and sabotaging human convoys. Earth's diplomats were suddenly targeted. One was assassinated on Trinac Station. The message was clear. The Federation wasn't just afraid, they were threatened. And Earth? We didn't blink. We tightened our alliances. We armed our ships. And for the first time in generations, humanity prepared not just to explore the stars, but to defend our right to stand among them. They still called us uninvited. But now we were everywhere, and we weren't going anywhere. The day we forced a seat at the table, they came in force. 3 Federation battle fleets dropped out of hyperspace above Earth's solar border. 67 capital ships, over 200 support vessels, and a simple ultimatum. Dissolve the League of Independence. Withdraw from galactic affairs. Or be erased. But Earth had learned from every war, every betrayal, every mistake. We didn't build monuments to power. We built systems that survived it. As the Federation Armada advanced toward the Kuiper Line, Earth responded not with panic, but precision. From the shadow of Pluto, stealth platforms lit up. Directed energy lances sliced across the dark like knives through silk. Orbital mines detonated in synchronized pulses, disabling half the lead ships before they reached Mars. Then came the drones. Thousands of them, agile, adaptive, human-engineered swarms, overwhelmed the rest, jamming systems, disabling engines, turning Federation pride into floating debris. Not one shot was fired at Earth itself. Not one human city was touched. Humanity had turned the planet into a fortress and the stars into our battleground. Within hours, the Federation's offensive was shattered. Their fleets retreated. But the message had been sent, so we sent one back. The Galactic Council hastily assembled for an emergency summit at Relithar. This time, they expected Earth to stay away. They were wrong. Again. The ESS Audacity arrived at the Council station, flanked by a fleet of ships from 17 species. No longer just a Terran vessel. It bore the flag of the League of Independence. Inside the Grand Chamber, silence fell as Ambassador Elena Vasquez entered. No transmission. No projection. This time, she walked in, boots clicking on the polished obsidian floor. She stood at the center of the ancient council hall and planted a staff bearing Earth's flag into the stone. "We are not here to ask," she said. "We are here because we've already built what you refuse to offer: unity, progress, peace." She turned, locking eyes with Chair Ixil, still seated atop his gleaming dais. "You try to stop us with silence, then with force, and you failed because we are not a species that waits for permission." Gasps rippled through the chamber. Delegates murmured, some rising to listen. Others, long skeptical of the Federation's stagnation, stood in quiet solidarity. Talari, Tvex, Korvac, Zetri, all members of the League, joined Vasquez at her side. Ixil rose slowly, mandibles twitching. "You presume to force your way into our council." "No," Vasquez replied. "We came to build a better one." A vote was called. For the first time in a millennium, the Federation Charter was amended. Earth was not just admitted. The Federation itself was reformed. New rules, new balance, new voices. Humanity had not only earned a seat. We'd rebuilt the table. As Vasquez exited the chamber, a young alien envoy approached her. "You weren't invited," he said, eyes wide with wonder. "And yet, here you are." She smiled. "No one invites the future," she said. "It shows up on its own."